Hi there, I'm Diane. I am coming to you from my beautiful living room in Siena, Italy, where I tend to spend the summers. And so for those of you who are used to watching this live stream, it's at a very different time than it usually is because it's a 9-hour time difference. And of course, you can watch it anytime. Today's program is called International Dance Party. And I'm going to start with a cool piece by a Dutch composer named Oene van Geel. And this is actually 3 dances in one. It's called 3 Dances for Solo Cello. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk between each movement just to kind of describe them because they're very, very different. The first one is taken from Bulgarian dance music. The name of the movement is North Adams. And I didn't actually ask the composer why it had that name. I think North Adams is a place in Massachusetts. Maybe he'll write a comment if he's watching and let us know what that means. But the dance itself is based on Bulgarian dance music, which is in an unusual meter. This is in 11/16. So there's 11/16 notes in a bar, which means it's going to be asymmetrical the whole way through. So this is the first of 3 dances for cello, North Adams by Oene van Geel. That's an interesting way to start a concert. My heart is beating really fast right now. I don't usually start with something quite that dynamic, but I definitely wanted to start with a bang. That's a super fun piece to play. Okay, so the second movement is from Senegal, and it is called Kewur Bubu, which is a place in Senegal. This movement is played without the bow. It's all pizzicato. And it imitates the kalimba, which is the thumb piano that is from Senegal. And I did not know this. It's also called a lamellophone, is the other name for that instrument. And again, these dances are not really intended to be danced to. They are inspired by the dance music. And so it doesn't necessarily sound maybe like thumb piano music the whole time through, but I think especially at the beginning, you'll definitely get this sense. So this is Kewur Bubu by Oene van Geel. So the third dance from this suite is the most complicated in terms of where all the pieces are from. It is from 3 different places, and it's in an arch form. So the sections kind of go A, B, C, B, A. So the first section is an Indian alap, and the alap is a slow kind of introduction to what will be a later dance form. And it's very much improvised. I am not an improviser, although Oene he is a violist and improviser, actually, in addition to being a composer and visual artist. And so he would probably have improvised this, but I'm going to play what he wrote on the page. And so then the alap is followed by an Armenian duduk. And you'll notice when that happens, because they're in the same key, it's a little bit hard to notice the difference, but you'll hear a drone. And in Armenia, when they play this, the duduk is actually an instrument. It's a wind instrument, and you'd have two duduk players, one of them playing the drone and the other playing the melody. So you'll hear those two parts. And then when the rhythmic part starts, this is a Middle Eastern dance, probably a belly dance. And I think it's from Persia, because the name of the movement is Gorud, and Gorud is a place in current day Iran. So this is, and it doesn't matter if you follow the sections or not. It's still a really interesting piece. You'll hear the drone part come back at the end, and then a sort of free ending section as well. This is Gorud, the third of three dances by Oene van Geel. That was Three Dances for Solo Cello by Oene van Geel. I realized I don't have I wanted to look at comments. I don't have comments sitting up. There we go. Hi, everyone. I usually don't talk too much to the audience, but nice to see folks who are showing up. Okay, and I'm hot and sweaty because it's not super hot in Italy. You may have heard we were having a heat wave, and it was maybe a high of 90 today, and it's a little bit less now. It's a little after 7 in the evening, but I have to keep all the windows closed and the fans off because the noise is too much. Okay, so we're going to move to America now, and I'm going to play a piece by my good friend Mark Growden, who is just a fantastically talented musician, composer, multi-instrumentalist, teacher, singer. He does sort of everything. And in 2014, by the way, the Oene van Geel piece, I don't think I said it was written in 2008. Forgot that part. In 2014, Mark wrote this piece, which he calls Prelude for a Redheaded Dancer. And I think probably this is the only piece on the program that was actually maybe written to be danced to actually have dance against it. It is not in any specific style, but I find it to be a piece of longing. It has a really romantic aesthetic. And to me, it sounds like a piece where someone is searching for something possibly unattainable, just a sense of longing and romanticism through the piece. So this is Prelude for a Redheaded Dancer by Mark Growden. That was Prelude for a Redheaded Dancer by Mark Growden. I'm going to have a glass of water. So the next work is by a Canadian composer who was born in Romania. Her name is Maya Badian, and she definitely considers herself Romanian-Canadian. She lives in Ottawa now, I think. And this piece is called Valachian dance. So Wallachia is one of the ancient historic areas in Romania. And you may know that name as I know it from Bartók, because Bartók, who went out into Eastern Europe doing ethnomusicological research and made recordings of many, many ethnic indigenous folk music going on, wrote some things called Valachian whatever, Valachian game, Valachian something. And so that's where I know this name from. And interestingly enough, this piece sounds a little bit like it was inspired by Bartók. I think the use of sounds on the instruments, some of the rhythms, some of the harmonic language, and that maybe makes sense because it's inspired by music from this area of Wallachia. So this was a piece written in 1975. This is Valachian Dance by Maya Badian. That was Valachian dance by Badian. So now I'm going to actually insert something into the program that I did not decide to do till a few hours ago. It turns out today is celebrating a variety of things around the world. First of all, it's the full moon. Secondly, it is because of the full moon, because Jewish holidays tend to happen on the full moon. It is something called Tu B'Av. Tu B'Av is a festive ceremony, festive day on the Jewish calendar where people go out and dance. So this is great. And it comes after 3+ weeks of mourning on the Jewish calendar, a very sad time. And this is kind of the release where we go have a dance party. So that's completely perfect. And that was not planned that way by me. But it turns out also, and this is not a coincidence, it's also Lunasa. Lunasa is a Celtic festival, Celtic harvest festival, which is sometimes celebrated at the new moon, which is going to happen in 2 weeks. And sometimes now it wanders around a little tiny bit. But it's very interesting that we have an ancient Jewish holiday and an ancient Celtic holiday colliding with each other. And as I said, this is not a coincidence. There are no coincidences in life, which is why when I got an email today from Clíodhna Aodáin, who's a Celtic cellist, an Irish cellist, with a piece that she wrote called Lunasa's Fire Dance that I got about 4 or 5 hours ago, I said, well, I must play it. So I'm going to play it. I just want to say a little bit about Lunasa. So it's a harvest festival. It's the Gaelic name for the month of August. And the festival takes its name from Lu, which could be spelled L-U-G or L-U-G-H, Lu, who is one of the most important figures in Irish mythology. He is a craftsman, a warrior, a king, a savior, and is also said to have invented chess, ball games, and horse racing. So this is perfect to insert this fire dance from the Celtic tradition. This is Lunasa's Fire Dance by Clíodhna Aodáin. Hot off the presses. Okay, I'm going to end the program with 2 tangos. And they both are Piazzolla flavored. The first is, and I'm going to play them one after the other for a change. I'm not going to talk between things because I think it's nice to have these 2 bodies of work together. The first is from Piazzolla's Tango Etudes, which he wrote in 1987 for solo flute. And it translates very well to cello. This is a transcription by the British cellist David Johnstone, who works in Spain. And it is a lento meditativo, it is the Tango Etude number 4. And then I'm going to follow it with a tango by Carter Brey, who is the principal cello of the New York Philharmonic. He wrote this in 1997. It is called Tango para Ilaria, and he writes about it that he is completely shamelessly has stolen the style from Piazzolla, and he wrote it in the style of a Piazzolla tango. So Tango Etude number 4 as transcribed by David Johnstone, and then Tango para Ilaria by Carter Brey. I'm going to tune. Those were tangos by Piazzolla, arranged by David Johnstone and Carter Brey. Go out and dance. Have yourself a dance party for all the celebratory things that are going on. I'm going to peek at the comments to say hi to people. Great. So bunches of, yeah, even some of my Portland friends. See, so maybe morning isn't so bad to listen to a concert. I know we usually have concerts in the evening in Portland, but it's evening here. I will write comments to all of you later, which is what I usually do. I go back and I find all the comments and I say hi to you. Thank you so much for listening, whether you listened live or whether you're listening later. Next month, I'm going to do the same thing for the first Tuesday of September, which is the day after American Labor Day. And I'm going to do a program called Workers' Rights, RITES, that has some very interesting music on it, like my programs always do. So I hope to see you then. Bye-bye.